And being a female game, the AFL for women, obviously, is it aggressive?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, most definitely. We've got a lot of go-getters out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of girls who, they're ready. And that's actually, it's inbuilt in them that they want to be aggressive and they want to play this type of high impact game. So I think it's a beautiful thing actually, that it enables girls to not express but perform at this level with those capabilities, but that they do actually have.
And they're encouraged almost, rather than, you don't suppress them. You get out there and
it's not your stereotypical old stereotype of female athletes.
And you've got mothers in the team, like women that play that have got kids or have had kids?
Yeah. So we have Gummy, and she actually has a little one herself. She just retired last year.
Yep.
But throughout Australia, there's lots of mums running around there, absolutely dominating.
Have they said it's been difficult?
Yes, it is. It's quite a balancing effort. Like they have to rely a lot on their partners.
Yes, yeah.
But also, I suppose, there's a relationship and emotional connection towards, their little bubba, and leaving them to go do something that's what they see as selfish.
Yeah.
I suppose that's quite a hard little thing to push through.
Yeah.
It can be quite difficult for them.
Yeah, interesting. And I guess a lot of the girls, because they haven't had kids, is, it's very difficult. So that might be difficult to understand the other girls that do have those.
Yeah, empathise with them, I suppose. Yeah, that is a tough one.
Because obviously the men don't have the same problem so much.
Yes, that's right. They don't have a lot of problems that actually, go through in that kind of female environment or female sports. So, yeah.
Do you find you're treated differently?
In what sense, I suppose?
Just being
respectful nature?
Yeah, kind of AFL, like obviously the men's teams are treated a certain way, and then you've got the women's AFL. Do you find that like socially it's being accepted, or is there still a fair way to go?
I think socially it is being accepted, yeah.
True.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are very respectful in our club, that's for sure, and they take a lot on of consideration into what I suppose we can do in order to be at that height and that level of elite performance, I suppose. But it is a sorry, what else was the question there?
No, that was pretty good. You pretty much answered it. Accepted? Check. No, that was good. I understand.
They are very accepting. Yeah, it's good. I suppose there's just a comparison level in terms of they compare with the men, and that's a tough one. Yeah. So as much as they'll be accepting of us, they're still comparing with a very well-drilled elite program, which that can actually be quite tough.
Yeah. No, I understand. And not only like the AFL, but you play, as I said in the intro, like many sports. So you've played AFL, you've played baseball, you surf, and you've also played LFL in America.
Yeah, I've dabbled.
How'd that come about?
I suppose I saw it on Fox
Sport.
Yeah, a few years prior.
Because it originally the Lingerie Football League.
That's correct, yeah.
And they changed the name to Legends.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. A little bit of a self-gloating there, I think. A little bit too much of that league. But anyway, it took the sting away a little bit from the lingerie style.
Yeah.
But it really came down to the sport itself, not anything else that was attached with that. So learning a new game, new concepts, new teammates, new skill sets, I suppose. That's what really drove me to that kind of interest in doing that sport, and the fact that there was a platform to actually play a sport on that particular level to showcase ability. That was an encouraging fact. And so that's how I ended up, I suppose, playing. We had a national league here in Australia, and then I progressed and pursued it over to America, and I ended up being in playing for the Chicago Bliss over there.
Amazing.
So it was quite the experience. But I suppose inequality was just so prevalent that it didn't make for an enjoyable experience in the end, I suppose.
Because you guys are training like top-level athletes. You're being treated like top-level athletes aside from...
I wouldn't even say we'd be treated like... Well, maybe within your core club.
Yep.
We were definitely. We had a quite high-class coaching staff, about 7.
You were lucky because a lot of the teams didn't.
Incredibly.
Yeah.
So that's what I suppose allowed me to keep faith in it, if you would say.
Yeah.
An encouraging factor. But everything else beyond that was, a little bit of it was just a bit of a piss take when it comes to how you treat athletes.
Because and like I hate to talk money and tell me if I'm prying too much, but out of the women's sports, like, are they paid?
No. So from
because
this
you're playing
perspective,
at the top level.
Yeah. From this perspective, you would everyone I think I've spoken to, they would presume that you're getting some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we fly us around.
You guys were on
they
Fox
make a
Sport
lot
and everything,
of money.
weren't you?
Yeah, so it was a huge exploitation of ability and personnel and athletes, and
because you're sacrificing work to pay for these teams.
Yeah, and they're making a truckload of money as well.
Yep.
So it was just devastating when I was over there that we tried to pursue to make change, but they were just taking advantage of the girls that they're exploiting them. It was sad actually. Really disappointing. And I suppose any success that comes from that, it just it wasn't enough. It's just never enough when equality is
so obvious.
Yeah. It's disappointing.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like, obviously the training and the camaraderie that you have with the girls is super fantastic.
Oh, they're amazing. Some of the girls over there, gosh, they got some
Crackers.
flamboyant, characters. My golly, that was amazing. I loved it, and just beautiful heart as well. A lot of soul, as you would. Soul Sisters over in Chicago. So it was an incredible experience.
And top class athletes, like these girls are good.
Yeah, they go hard. Some of them track athletes. They're soccer players. They're I suppose they're just athletes as well. So and they're just wanting opportunity themselves.
So what do you think will bring about change in terms of being monetary, like, having some sort of payment or being able to make a living from a sport that you love? Like what needs to happen?
Well, I think the pay equality and what we're suffering now it's all really just a symptom of the disease that humanity is trying to face right now and trying to fight, and that is equality. So it's in terms of that, it's on a mass scale that we need to realise and actually become aware of and have acceptance and invest and have respect for our fellow female members of society. Yeah, so it's a big thing that's coming around and it's getting there. Our predecessors have been pushing through and making, fighting the fight. So we just have to be persistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's what makes the AFL Women's League in Australia so special at the moment, because it seems to be carving a new path. Yeah. It's on the right track.
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
100%. But it's not only, like it is in AFLW, but we do have, other sports leading the way as well. We've got netball and cricket and union. So there's still sports that are up there. They're still our competitor as well in terms of AFLW.
Wow.
We've got to, if we're comparing anything, we need to be comparing with, our counterparts there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I didn't realise that, like, they were kind of streaks ahead.
Yeah. I suppose the cricket girls, they're getting, if we're going on pay at this stage, it's quite a determining factor for athletes, in this day and age. It's necessary, and I don't think we're asking too much at all. When we look at, I suppose, if we're doing numbers, the male players, they're on average of 360,000, and the girls are on 16,000. So it's not very, so we're like 4% of what the men are making basically, and I suppose we need to be we need more in that regard.
Yeah.
In terms of what
To
the
become
revenue
better.
is, yeah.
As well.
Like
yeah.
this is a huge marketing body that is inevitable to actually have success. And I think we need to have knowledge of that. And I don't think it's asking too much at all to be investing in our females right now, right here. Even if we broke those numbers down, we only commit 6 months to our training program. The boys are 12, so that's fine. So that's around 160,000.
Yeah.
And then in terms of our invested time and what we actually do when we're at the club and invested time into us as athletes, we could chop that down to 25% that we only do. And then that would leave you with around 40K over that period of time. So that's
Big difference.
yeah, and that's on an average, and there's a huge discrepancy between the numbers, that we're getting at the moment and possibly what we should be getting, I think.
Do you think you'll see a change within your career as an athlete? Do you think you'll see change, or do you think it will come after you've retired?
No, it's coming. It's coming. I hope so.
Yeah.
As a performer or an athlete, I suppose I've got a few, maybe 5-6 years, if I can, because I haven't been working really hard. Like the boys start when they're quite young, so they'll fizzle out a little bit earlier. But yeah, for myself, I'd love something, just maybe at the tap. But we can make change right now if we press, if actually we stand up for what we deserve. So that would be great. Absolutely. I'd love to. I'd have to stay hopeful for that, most certainly.